Pressure from Thomas off the edge. Eli Manning stays on his feet. Airs it out down the field. It is caught by Tyree. Inside the 25 and a timeout taken. Oh my God. This ball's
Before we get more into
Welcome
this,
to Pretend Sports.
I was going to say, we should intro this. So, unfortunately, Nathan could not join us this week. And so we thought it was a really good opportunity to debut our spin-off sports podcast called
Pretend Sports.
And we're doing it
pretending to be sports analysts because we're obviously not. We're just dudes.
And and we're doing this when Nathan's gone because if you listen to the other podcast, well, this podcast, Your Pretend Friends, Nathan doesn't like sports or watch them or know literally
can't even
anything
be bothered
about
with
them.
Conversations that are conceptually about sports.
If we bring up sports, if you notice, and this is obviously
They're
on
completely
purpose,
tune out of the conversation.
and the topic will change within a minute, which is good because I don't want Nathan to be uninterested. But yeah, he just doesn't know anything, which to me personally, I'm like, you don't have any brothers or like was no one around you into sports or like how Nathan? Why is Nathan not into sports? Like what happened?
He was just like into Star Wars and shit.
Me too, though.
I know, but like not everyone is into both. Typically,
I
I feel like a lot of people specialize.
So like,
especially when they're especially because in media they're pitted against each other so often.
True,
right?
yeah.
Like
especially back then, nerds and jocks.
shit.
Yeah,
It's just like my brother would say stupid ass shit. Like one of my brothers would be like, "Oh, you can't be a skateboarder and a football player at the same time." I was like, that is like the most rigid, lame mindset. Like
that's super lame. But I do agree. If you do football and skateboarding, you might die by the age of 22. That's crazy.
I would skateboard to school like every
really?
day. Yeah,
well, that's different than like
with my shoulder pads.
That's different than going to like a vert ramp or whatever. Like
really
skateboarding and like taking skateboarding injuries.
Yeah.
That would be like your body would be like creaky as fuck at like age 25.
Creaky. It'd be creaky. All right, let's get into some sports.
Yeah,
shit.
so
so it turns out that Jacob and I we primarily like bonded over sports because we worked with a bunch of tech people.
That's true.
That aren't, if they're into sports, football is typically further down that list.
Yeah.
American football.
Right,
so what do you got today?
The first thing, but anyways, I think it's pretty funny that so we didn't plan starting it today, but this is, if you're into sports, you know that this is the dead period of sports, essentially. The only thing going on is baseball, but it's the middle of the season, in a season where they play 162 fucking games. So no one there's a game every day. Who are these games for? There are people who watch 162 MLB games every day?
Probably not.
Not
but
every day.
I
Every
feel like
season.
I think it's like something, I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it's a very efficient system.
I do think it's
the
cool.
games cheap.
Yeah, so I do like kind of care. I'm wearing a San Francisco Giants hat right now, so I don't want to hate too much and look like a hypocrite. But basically, the way I'm into the Giants is I check my Yahoo Sports app and I go, they won, or I go, they lost, and then I move on with my day. I never watch an actual game, and I live right next to the ballpark. So if I'm not watching the games, who the fuck is?
I feel like given just the relatively archaic nature of
Baseball?
Basically baseball as a sport and the way that they prefer to keep it that way, which is cool. I don't see like going to a baseball game as like going to a athletic competition.
No, me neither.
I see it more as like going to like, I don't know, like a play.
Every time, yeah.
Like an interactive museum.
Every
like one of those villages that you can go to where it's like the olden times, like it's all old Western and shit. It's like a time capsule, and everyone's playing a little role. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Which is
the same experience every time.
You go there to like chill and like talk to your buddies.
Take me out to the ball game.
They use the term Cracker Jack for
they
peanuts.
Do the same shit. You see the coach of a team wearing wearing their uniform.
The general manager is the name. They don't even have a coach. It's just called the general manager.
You're not allowed to celebrate.
They have coaches at third and first base to tell grown men if they should run or not.
Oh man, I mean,
I know it's necessary, but it seems like you have to do so little in baseball already. They that shouldn't be allowed. They should have to make their own call, like observe the field. Maybe, I mean, at the very least, the players in the dugout can yell like "run" or some shit. But like, I feel like that feels like some little league.
However,
shit.
I will say though that like all like pageantry aside, like the actual game of baseball is quite athletic.
It is.
There are aspects of it that are like considered like the peak of athleticism. Like hitting a baseball is like
throwing
really,
a baseball 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, like doing stuff like that is pretty.
It's so
sick.
that is so intense.
So if you're into that, I feel like I mean, when I go there, I see some pretty sick shit, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, like this is pretty tight.
Do you know how
and
hard
the pageantry's cool? You get a little bit of everything.
You know how physically insane it is to
Not
throw a baseball 100 miles an hour as often as they do? It's so insane that there is now a surgery that people electively get done so that they can do it like longer. Because basically the human body as it's built can't handle that. As they're basically going beyond the limits of the human body.
Yeah, Tommy John surgery has become like an institution.
It used to be like an injury you'd get and then like you'd like correct it. But
Wait,
now,
what were your topics again?
Oh, my topics were mostly NBA basketball focused. A little sprinkle of WNBA.
The WNBA. So
Caitlin Clark.
I think the the clip of Angel Reese like hard fouling Caitlin Clark is
Which one?
So she just goes up and like her forearm just like connects with
her head. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, so if you don't know, the WNBA,
everyone knows this. I don't know. I feel like
some people so some of these people maybe not really into sports too much because this is going to be posted on like a regular podcast.
Yeah. So Caitlin Clark. So she's like the highest scoring college basketball player, whatevs. And she's a very highly touted rookie, the most probably hyped rookie in the history of the WNBA, right? And
like by far. It's not even close. Not even close.
And there's a lot of clips that are surfacing on the internet of like other players from other teams like being especially aggressive towards her and like antagonistic and stuff. Maybe, who knows, right? Because like who knows? Because these are all taken out of context and people are talking about it who don't watch the WNBA.
No one, for sure,
maybe these fouls happen like literally on every play to like every other player. You just don't even know that.
That would be hilarious.
Right? Like you go and you realize that it's like, oh yeah, this is actually just like, oh, it's a professional sport. Who would have thought? Like
these fouls are pretty rough though. And they show like zero remorse.
That's why I feel like that one's so funny because it's so indefensible. It just
yeah. Dude, and it feels like and a thing that people have like been really critical of is that it doesn't really seem like her teammates really back her up either. Or like help her out.
Well, that's the thing though, because again, like is this like commonplace? Is Caitlin Clark a good teammate? Do people like her? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Is she making an effort to get along with people?
Yeah, it's possibly not because like I'm sure it's a lot easier to get along with all of the other players on Iowa's women's basketball team, given the fact of like she's a Midwestern person, so she knows how to like interact with these other. I don't know where the people on the Iowa women's basketball team are from, but probably primarily Midwest. I don't think like Iowa's basketball team was nothing before Caitlin Clark. So I don't think they're flying out to LA to like recruit girls.
They don't have national reach.
So basically, she's having to like learn how to be a teammate in a situation that she doesn't know.
She has to be around black people.
True. I think there might be like one black person.
She has to be around black people now, and and like I don't know, vice versa. I don't know, maybe.
Vice versa.
How many Iowa basketball players? I mean, they had another pretty good player actually.
What?
No, like go to the WNBA.
Fucking zero.
They had one though. They had another player. I think like number 4. She was pretty sick on Iowa's women's team.
They might have, but that might have been like the LeBron James effect.
Dude, they got destroyed by South Carolina though.
Did they? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So wait. Oh yeah. So
I really wanted to watch that too.
Yeah. People are super. I feel like everyone's like turning into this whole thing about like the WNBA players are like jealous of Caitlin Clark, but they should be like protecting her because she's like. And it's true. I mean, my sister said that. My sister Alva said that she went to a WNBA game with Caitlin Clark playing. It was fucking packed. Yeah, against the Sparks. And she was like, dude, she's like, it was fucking packed.
Wait,
so like,
was that before Cameron Brink got injured?
I think so. Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's super sick. And you know what? But this shows the effect that she's had on the WNBA is I knew a player in the NBA was injured. Right? Like I never would have even been able to name a player, let alone know that they're injured.
Because the thing is, like, it's more than just Caitlin Clark. Like, it is Caitlin Clark. She's a huge part of
Cameron
it.
Brink's also a rookie.
But it is Cameron Brink. It is, like, to a degree, like Angel Reese, because some people probably do hella fuck with her. Like, she's pretty. Because my sister who has been watching this, like, she's like, dude, Angel Reese is actually pretty, like, consistent. Like, pretty good. Yeah. She looks awkward. Like, she's not. She kind of like moves sort of like awkwardly, but like. She doubles at least like every game. A
lot of people. All right, let me add some controversy here. Some people are like hating on Cameron Brink because they're like, oh, she's just popular because she's hot. She's considered like one. So
is Cristiano Ronaldo. What's the big deal?
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Whatever. It's like DeMar DeRozan probably would have been more popular at his peak if he was kind of attractive, but he's not.
do you honestly think these sporting events are anything other than TV shows? They're TV shows. Exactly. TV broadcasts, bro.
So you want them to look, you're gonna be looking at them.
Imagine if Patrick Mahomes didn't sound like Kermit the Frog. This motherfucker would be like in the MCU by now. I guarantee it.
He does sound like Kermit the Frog.
If Patrick Mahomes just had a semi-regular voice, he would be in the MCU.
Hey guys,
he literally would be the next Iron Man.
You do Patrick Mahomes?
No, I can't really do it.
I was gonna say, can you just do a Kermit?
Yeah, what's just going on over
there? All right, guys. I can't
this shit hurts, bro. Yeah. That's why it hurts to listen to.
Yeah, how does he have such a fucking?
I think Patrick Mahomes is literally like legit, like the best football player ever
to be had.
Probably. Ever. I think so that I've seen. Yeah. In terms of just being effective in your role at that time that you're playing it, which is like how I try to do.
Where does his brother rank?
I feel like I don't know. I think he's like in the conversation at least, right? There's like I think there's like 10 there's like 10 players that you can sort of anyone can name maybe that would be like, okay, yeah, like that's a solid argument at least.
He has 2 Super Bowls, right?
He has 3.
What? Really?
They just went back to back. And they won the first one against the Niners.
No, the second one.
And then they lost. They won the first one against the Niners, and they lost to the Bucks. And then they beat the Eagles. And
the first one. Again. Sorry. I thought you meant the back to back.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So they
that was Eagles, and then
Niners. He has 3 Super Bowls now.
Yeah, we watched that.
And like a zillion billion yards.
We watched that game.
Billion, trillion, zillion touchdowns.
We watched them win that game exactly in this spot, and it was quite sad.
I am fully convinced that Patrick Mahomes is the devil. Like, I'm not even kidding.
I don't think anyone would really argue you on that.
It's because like there was that one season like I think it was his second year of dominance. It was after 2020. It was like when he like blew up basically.
Yeah.
Like it was going crazy. Because that's when he started throwing with his left hand and like doing like legit like black magic.
20
like,
what is it?
Without looking where the people are.
I think was 2018 the overtime against the Patriots.
2019 was
that was 2019.
That was when D Ford lining up offsides cost the Chiefs.
I feel like that was his ascension. But was that January 2019?
Yeah.
Okay. So the year of 2018.
So it would have been 2019 season. Yeah, it's correct.
It would be 2018 season. In January 2019.
No, the next year though was when he was really good, I think.
Oh, right. But exactly. Yeah.
That was when like
that game, and then the next year he really ascended.
Popped off,
what about his brother? Where does he rank among like NFL siblings?
Whose brother? Oh,
Patrick Mahomes. What's his name? Something Mahomes.
I don't know. I'm glad I don't know.
Holy shit.
He's such a psycho. There's that video of him like accosting that woman.
You like chose
I mean, call it what it is. He's like sexually assaulting her.
Sexually assaulting a woman, and you probably would have went to prison
grabs
for
her
it.
Fucking face and is like trying to like make her kiss him and shit. And he comes up behind her and like tries to choke her. Jackson Mahomes. Yeah. Jackson. That's a cool name for the right. I feel like that name you have to be careful. Like you have to be if your name's Jackson and you're really cool. That makes you really cool. But if you're Jackson and just okay, like it's like a bad thing, honestly.
But yeah, that's the worst part about Patrick Mahomes is not anything close to his play on the field. It's more like what family members are like.
I just think it's just so frustrating. Like, man, he's like the devil.
And now Patrick Mahomes, like, do you think Patrick Mahomes is the history of his legacy? At least like in the documentary, will have a piece on Taylor Swift.
No.
You don't think so?
Probably not. I think she'll be shown like a little bit, but like, I don't think so.
I think it's possible. And that's like so sad.
I don't know, man. I feel like artists that sell really well are they have like really big highs, but I really do think that artistic merit to a degree helps you age better.
Oh, so you think like
so like there's an like Nelly was like the best selling rapper for like a long time, right? Who wasn't Eminem, and it's like no one looks at like the pantheon of rappers and is like Nelly.
Okay, I see. So you think
so maybe that'll happen with
it won't be remembered that much.
I don't know. She's too
fall
off.
off.
She's too famous.
Yeah, like she might be the most famous. Well,
she's
Michael
like,
Jackson, but besides Michael Jackson,
yeah. What's like the opposite of that? She's like the bad thing of that.
the bad thing of Michael Jackson,
Like
she's like a Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
late stage music industry, like
Yeah.
oligarch goddess.
I mean,
Lord Emperor.
yeah, they've
Taylor
just
Swift.
they've just figured out how instead of like they figured out that it was more monetarily beneficial to like keep one person going for 20 years versus like using them and throwing them out like Britney Spears,
exactly. You're
basically.
right. Yeah. You basically just keep feeding all the creatives into
Yeah.
them. I was actually watching this video about Drake, one of the his ghostwriters. The first one that was named, I forget his name. Fuck.
Yeah,
Quincy something. I think.
Quincy something.
Yeah. But he basically like laid it out that way where he's like, I wanted to be known as like an artist, but like I realized that like in the industry, you kind of just keep feeding into these like people who already exist because they don't want to like spend any money like
Right.
on marketing,
Like, bring
getting them
someone
known. Like
else
their names are
up.
already
Yeah.
known, so they're
Yeah.
just like you just go like feed
So
it
like
into
just
that.
use your writing skills and we'll have Drake say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and he wasn't down with that, and good
Yeah.
for him. But his life's been basically ruined for it.
Well, anyways, this is a sports sports podcast. Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan were at that Kendrick Lamar thing. That's kind of sportsy, I guess.
DeMar
Somewhat
DeRozan.
related. He's in the music video. It's pretty sick.
Who is he? What team is he joining?
He's joining the Kings now. He got signed there
Sacramento,
today
right on.
for 3
Nice.
years, $75 million. Pretty good deal in today's NBA. One of my favorite parts of NBA free agency is like all the NFL players like just tweeting like, "What the fuck?" to like the amount of money they get paid.
Did the Kings lose the play-in in the play-in?
Yeah, they won the play-in against the Warriors, and that was Klay Thompson's last game with the Warriors. And then they lost the next play-in game against the Pelicans.
Oh.
And the Lakers beat the Pelicans in the higher seed one. But yeah, that's something real quick. The Warriors' victory is over. Klay Thompson officially left to Dallas on a 3-year, $50 million deal.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. Yeah.
And apparently he was offered 2 years, $40 million before this season. So that was a mistake to not take that. But whatever, hindsight's 2020. I think it's pretty sad that he's leaving. Which is funny to say because for years everyone wanted to kill that team.
What do you mean by that?
In terms of like as fans, because they ruined the NBA for the span of like 3 years.
They wanted to kill them as in like they didn't
fucking
want them to succeed.
Yeah, like when Kevin Durant signed there, when I read that on July 4th, 2016, I didn't cry, but like I've never been more upset at a free agency signing in
I think so too.
sports.
I think that Kevin Durant signing with the Golden State Warriors would be what is going to be like looked back on as like a dark age in the NBA.
And it will have to be considered when you talk about LeBron.
That basically lasts all the way until after the bubble season. And then, like it begins anew.
And also single-handedly destroyed Kevin Durant's legacy.
And some of the Warriors.
And Steph
too.
Curry's,
yeah, like
for sure.
I think everyone's
Partially
worse
Steph
off
Curry.
because of
I think it's fair to say that like Steph Curry, he has 2 legitimate championships, and the other 2 are in question.
Yeah. I mean, they'll be held against them.
Yeah.
It's like it's too much success, bro. Like
And even his
nobody
first-
even looks back, like thinks anything of those years. They're just like
It's
just
weird.
Like, it's hard. Do you remember anything? I remember LeBron
so-
just like smashing on the Eastern Conference in 2018.
Well, I remember that, and then I remember J.R. Smith game 1, obviously. Who can forget that?
and then they swept the Raptors. Remember that Oh yeah, and then J.R. Smith,
J.R. Smith game 1.
LeBron scoring 50 points in vain.
And then reporters after the game asking, "Do you know if J.R. Smith knew that you guys were tied and not up?" And then he's just like doesn't answer it, and he asks it again, and then he just gets up and
he
leaves.
gets up and leaves his little shorts. Is that when he's wearing the little shorts on?
I
He's wearing like
think
the
so.
tuxedo with the
I think
shorts.
so,
And he's
yeah.
like, "Be better, guys. Be better.
Be better. Be better. Do
I'm
not
like,
see
bro, what are you wearing? Like, what the fuck is that?
But yeah, dude, like, and it's the okay. We're in San Francisco. And obviously Steph Curry is like a god here.
Legit.
And he's a great basketball player. He fully like redefined the game of basketball, which is a rare thing. It's a rare thing to play so well that literally everyone changes their approach to the game. That's how insane, including 8-year-olds. Okay, not even just the NBA. We're talking everyone. Everyone just started chucking up threes across the NBA, across college, although college isn't too bad, but they still shoot way too many threes. And people just take like half quarters at the fucking park now. And that's mostly because of Steph Curry, sort of because of Daryl Morey and James Harden. But Steph Curry started it.
Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, the Splash Brothers, bro.
Oh, what's so crazy about that is Steph Curry, if you want to be really critical, has one championship where you're like, for sure, they earned this. But the Kevin Durant years, 2 of them, and then 2015, Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving were injured, and they only won in 6 games. And at one point, the Cavs were up 2-1 without Kevin Love or Kyrie Irving. It was LeBron and a bunch of scrubs.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, though.
For sure.
Man.
And you know what? If they don't get injured in 2019, then he has one more fraudulent.
Your best ability is your availability.
That's true. That's true.
If Draymond Green doesn't kick fucking LeBron James in the nuts, or is that what happened?
Yeah. Well, no, he kicks. It wasn't LeBron, but he kicked someone.
Yeah, if he doesn't like get suspended for those games, then like they probably don't win.
I think it was Tristan
They
Thompson.
probably don't take it to 7. I don't think so.
Probably not. I think that was game 6 that he was suspended for.
Yeah.
So they won the away game.
Yeah.
What's crazy about a 3-1 comeback, what makes it even more impressive, is that, and it makes sense because they were down 3-1, but they didn't have home court advantage. So it was like away game, home game, away game. It would be would have been a lot easier if there was 2 home games. All I'm saying.
I honestly was pretty ambivalent on LeBron James
before that,
until that.
Like you weren't sure like how great he was.
I just like didn't care. I was just like, after he joined the Heat, I was like, damn, this fool's available. I hate this fool. So I was hella pumped when he lost to the Mavs. I was
really,
like, a hater,
really. Oh, you used to be a hater,
big time.
Oh, yeah. I never knew this.
And then I just kind of like,
I did a book report on LeBron James in like 2006 or something like that.
Well, because I was like 15 during the decision or whatever, right? What year was that?
That would have been the year. That would have been 2010.
Oh shit! I was like 17 years old already. So like,
yeah,
I don't know. I was just like super into like I thought he was like a traitor. I was like, fuck this fool. Like, blah, blah.
I was upset, but like I just straight followed him straight to Miami.
And then I just like didn't really care too much. And once he was in the Heat, it was actually pretty tight. I was just like, damn, this was pretty tight. Like they're cool.
2013 LeBron James.
I thought
unbelievable.
I was watching when Ray Allen hit that 3 against the Spurs. That was fucking crazy.
I was in my parents' basement. I remember them being down, I think 5 with like 28 seconds left, and just they got out the ropes for the trophy presentation because they all thought the Spurs were gonna win, and I thought they were gonna win, and all I was thinking was like, God damn. He only has 1 championship in the first 3 years of this apparent super team. That's all I was thinking. And then the most insane fucking thing I've ever seen happened. And now I'm wearing a shirt of it.
It's considered the best shot in NBA history now.
But just look up, if you just want to see like Picasso level art, just look up a picture of Ray Allen game 6 shot and just look at the crowd behind him. Just like look at everyone. It's just, oh my God.
Yeah, it's so crazy because, like, again, like I was a very casual basketball fan at the time, so like that's still something that I remember so clearly, like where I was when I saw that. Anyway, so yeah, the 2016, especially like afterwards, after like they won Game 7, I was like that fool became my favorite athlete of all. He's still my favorite athlete like of all time now.
I remember I was living.
I was like, God damn.
Tell me where were you? Where like did you watch that whole series? Can I get that? Did you watch that whole series or like?
Yeah, me and my old roommate Alvin Chow, we watched like a bunch of it. And we saw Game 7 together in San Jose.
Did you watch Game 5, Game 6, Game 7?
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude! I remember I lived in a duplex in college. I think what year was that? Would have been like junior year or something. And right next to me, just happened to have moved in like in April was 2 Cavs fans. No one else fucking liked them. So I was like, fuck yes, I have someone to watch the games with now. So I'd go over there, and I remember when they were down 3-1, we were just like, because we watched that game, we were just like, damn, is rough. It's really rough. And yeah. And then we got to a game 7, we were just like losing our fucking shit. And the end of that game where they went, was it like 3 minutes without scoring? Either team?
Yeah, it was like
92 to 92 for like the longest time or something like that. And then Kyrie Irving finally fucking hits a shot from the corner. That's the start of the shot, the block, and then they tried to.
That's another great shot. Yeah,
they tried to shove Kevin Durant or Kevin Love in there and say like the like it's like the shot, the block, and then Kevin Love just played defense on Steph Curry.
The cock.
Yeah, and the cock or something. In the cock block.
You know what's under sort of overlooked a lot of times is that Steph Curry bricked a 3 that could have tied it, right?
Yeah.
I think
he did. At least. Yeah. Dude, that God, that blocked by James shit.
That shit was fucking LeBron James chasing down Andre Iguodala like with superhuman speed. So that's what I'm saying, bro. I was like, how could you see an effort like that and like not like this dude afterwards? It's crazy.
I just loved LeBron, man. Like before even that happened, I was just I did a book report on him in 2006, just about like how sick he was and stuff.
And then once I was on that train, it was pretty sick. So like when he was smashing on the Raptors like a fuck ton in like the late 2010s.
LeBronto, they called it. LeBronto Raptors.
That was sick. And then beating the Pacers in 7 that one year. The 2018 run where he was just like
Celtics game 6 2012.
Yeah, that was pretty
Demon
sick.
LeBron.
That was fucking badass, bro.
I think he laid down like 45 points or something like that. And then he closed it out at home after that. It wasn't as crazy of a game, but he still scores 30 something, which is hilarious to say like, oh, he didn't have that good of a game. That's just how good 2012, 2013 LeBron was.
I feel like we're already seeing it happening though, where like a lot of people who are taking up the online discourse are younger now, where you're kind of seeing people a lot more respect for LeBron.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like he's becoming more like a Brady type of thing where it's like, no, this is our guy now. Like, fuck you.
Well, I think when you're not like a fan of the league, when someone, because also with the new generation, the big 3 and like forcing your way to a team and stuff is accepted now. I mean, LeBron in free agency went and signed with another team. Nowadays, people sign a 5-year contract, and after 1 year, they say, I want traded.
Yeah.
That is way worse.
It's done a lot for player mobility, but it's gone too far where like...
No, I agree, but that's why the new generation doesn't give a fuck. Like, that's why they like LeBron. They're like, what do you do? Nothing? Okay.
Oh, I just remembered when he fucking swept LeBronto. They changed the Wikipedia Toronto to the mayor.
Yeah, he was like the mayor, and everyone said that like Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan were his sons, and they're like, oh, he's already playing with his son in the NBA.
Dude, speaking, let's shift gears to college football, because next year is the start of a lot of conference realignment.
Oh shit, you're right.
And the NCAA, there's going to be the regular season matchups that we basically have never seen before.
Like which ones?
Or very
Give
rarely.
me a couple.
Okay, so on October 5th, there's going to be Michigan versus Washington.
Well, that's a
rematch.
Yeah, that happened.
It's a rematch of the national championship.
Oh yeah, the national championship. Man, that was weird. That was a weird game.
Okay, and then Alabama versus Oklahoma, November 23rd.
I think they played Texas too. I guess that happened the last 2 years. But yeah, Alabama, Oklahoma. The last time that happened was in the Sugar Bowl. And
dude, that was sick.
They beat them.
Yeah, they did. Dude, that was a game where I was like, if people who are in the know, if you're a real fucking, if you're in the abyss of college football, that was a game where that's where you saw a running back named Derrick Henry. You're like, this guy is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
That was his like coming out party. I think he was a backup still too. And he was just like, he ran for like 200 yards in that game. He was unstoppable. And Oklahoma still won. Oh, that game was crazy.
That game was so crazy. Because like, it was basically, everyone just made it a foregone conclusion. Bama's going to fuck Oklahoma up.
Yeah, that was when
They're
Alabama
pissed.
was
They
still
didn't
like
make
a
the
fucking
championship
like
game.
first round machine. Yeah.
I mean,
First
that
round
was
factory.
like peak Bama run. Was it 2009? 2011, 2012.
2013 was a Sugar Bowl.
Right. But those are the years they won championships.
Yeah, exactly. Those
09,
like,
11, 12. The only year they didn't win it was 10, which was Cam Newton.
Did they win 14? I think so.
Was Cam Newton 2010?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only reason they didn't go to the national championship is BCS still.
They got because they did 2011 and 2012.
And then 13 was Florida State versus Auburn or something.
Yeah.
And anyways, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, they're pissed or whatever." And that game, the fact that Oklahoma not only beat them, but beat them fairly like comfortably. It wasn't like a 1-score game, I don't think.
It was pretty close. I think there was a late game turnover.
Okay,
They had a strip fumble on like the 5-yard line.
Okay, so
and
it
that,
was
like,
close.
completely flipped it. That like put it away.
But it was significant enough of a result where 10 years later now, there's still players on that team that are like, "Oh yeah, we were drunk or whatever while we played that game." Like they're still making excuses for why they lost.
Yeah, because they probably didn't care about it.
They probably didn't, but it's significant enough where it's still in the discourse.
Yeah, I mean, I think like you got to just accept the loss.
Yeah,
but like you can accept both and be like, yeah, we lost, but we also did, like, yeah, we didn't care and we lost because we didn't care.
Yeah,
like
Speaking of Bama, this is also the first year without Nick Saban since their rise.
They're gonna fucking suck, dude.
I gotta fucking hope so.
I think they're gonna suck.
I fucking hope so. So that'll be another interesting thing to watch for. What Oregon, Ohio, do they play? Oh, Nebraska's going to play USC for the first time since like 2007.
Nebraska's going to get smoked.
Nah, bro. USC going to get smoked after seeing their performance. Now we got 5-star QB. That's all we need, baby.
I mean, I'm rooting for you guys.
You saw those videos of Adrian Martinez like just shuffling out of bounds. That is our best quarterback in like the last 20 years.
That fool sucks.
And he sucks. But
USC versus Michigan. Oh, September 21st.
Man, this is
Damn.
Do you see why they did this though?
It's like the Premier League now.
Do you see why they did this? Yeah. All these blue bloods.
I'm down. I don't care.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Have Bama scheduled be Ohio State.
This is gonna be this is gonna be one of the like most interesting college football seasons I think that will ever
realignment plus 12-team playoffs.
12-team playoff realignment. NIL, just like
an active video game,
transfer portal, a new video game. Shit's popping off.
People
right now. Like,
making cash money,
popping off. Like, it's gonna be so wacky.
It's so wacky.
It's gonna be so insane. There's no telling who's gonna.
It's wacky enough where
can't wait.
It's wacky enough where Nebraska could possibly have a winning season. You know what? That's how wacky it could be.
Fuck rivalries. There's gonna be new ones now. Suck it.
Yeah,
fuck it, bro. Fuck it, I don't care.
I'm very excited.
This is like the Premier League of college football.
I remember being in the office and like reading the news that the Pac-12 or that USC and UCLA were moving to the Big Ten. I remember telling you that and you being like, "What?"
I know it is. Okay,
like,
it is really stupid. Okay,
it is very stupid.
I think what they should do though is they should just stop. They honestly, like if the football team, the players are getting paid anyway, they should at least have the option to just not attend school there anymore.
Oh yeah, like stop the facade.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like just like stop it because also, like, it's a lot of logistical burden now, dude. You're gonna have to be flying. You're supposed to have to fly from California to Nebraska for a football game. And you got school.
And also like
regular school.
I can't believe that they didn't find some solution where they just realign football. They're dragging all the other sports that make zero money. No one gives a fuck. So now the swim team at Stanford has to fly to the Atlantic coast for almost every single event they do. And same with cows.
Oh fuck, dude.
And like so for like the Big Ten, for example, it's not really that big of a deal. Nebraska has one West Coast game a year. Who cares? But for them, for the West Coast teams, it sucks ass.
Wow, every other college sport really is. And I did a college sport.
Yeah, they get fucked.
They're a complete joke in the grand scheme of things. If you think about it now.
Yeah, like, basketball matters like a little bit.
Basketball matters in 1 month of March.
Football is dominant as fuck. In terms of college sports
and
the rest,
anyone gives a shit about.
And I guess some people, care about baseball. I guess whatever.
There's other cool ones though. You know, I think college sports are cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
All cool. So I think gymnastics is cool. I think volleyball's cool. I'm just saying, like in terms of just like prominence, it's like you're right though, because football's so much more popular. Like you might as well just like leave everyone else alone.
Yeah.
And then you guys kind of just go do your thing. Like,
and it's funny. It's funny because like,
but then again, like football funds so many of the other sports though. So then like,
yeah. And people think that think that people care about college basketball sometimes, but you're right. Like even I really like March Madness. Even if I'm like watching a regular season college basketball game nowadays, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
A game that is not Duke, North Carolina. right? That's like the only
Yeah,
one that anyone gives
exactly.
a shit about.
And the problem with that is the same reason you wouldn't watch a regular season NBA game. In the grand scheme of things, it's probably not going to affect too much.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's like a regular season NBA game is a thing that you go to in person.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about it. Like it's something you go watch. You want to go watch it in person.
Like a baseball game, but more interesting.
You see the athleticism close up.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck yeah, this is tight. Yeah. You watch it on TV and it's regular season. I mean, it can be interesting late in the season, but for the most part.
Yeah, like regular season college basketball is only interesting if your team is like teetering on the edge of like making the tourney.
October 19th, Georgia versus Texas.
Fuck yeah,
holy shit.
And they play Alabama.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, it's gonna be sick. I really do think I'm gonna go to that Alabama Georgia game. It's gonna be sick.
Holy shit.
Dude, I hope Texas just lays an egg in the SEC. That'd be so funny.
We've only had 16 regular season meetings between the number 1 and number 2 teams in the top AP 25 poll since 1969. And there's a chance that's exactly what we get in Austin when Georgia and Texas. Wait, what? Why? Based on what? Just you think so?
I'm gonna guess it's based on like their beginning schedule. So they're saying like, if Georgia beats Bama, they'll be number 1. If Texas, whatever. But either way, that's gonna happen a lot more often now, though, because we have all the great teams playing each other. It's gonna be sick as fuck, dude.
October 12th, it's going down. Ohio State. Oregon.
Oh, they are playing at Oregon?
Shit, dude.
At Oregon?
I don't know, actually. It just says versus. I don't know how they do that. So I would guess it's probably at Ohio State. Right?
Oh, yeah. If it's wait.
It says versus. So that means
Ohio State versus Oregon?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's at Ohio State then, I guess.
Oh, here's some other ones. Penn State at USC.
That's a Rose Bowl rematch, I think.
Yeah, it is. Remember the 2016 or 15?
Is that Saquon?
Yeah, that game was crazy. Saquon and like Ronald Jones.
OT was the first Rose.
Was it Sam Darnold in that game too?
I think it must have been.
That shit was popping off. And then I think they went to double overtime, and I think USC won, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, it was Saquon popped off. Okay, Oregon at Michigan. November 2nd.
Michigan, what the fuck?
Oregon at Michigan. Oh,
hey,
shit.
that's the last. That's the.
Let's go.
Before I went to the Michigan game this year, that was Oregon at Nebraska was like the last.
Dude, I'm fucking so pumped about this shit.
Dude, Oregon coming out, that's sick,
dude.
Bro. What? What?
Oklahoma at LSU.
What? Dude, that's like when Oklahoma randomly played Florida State.
This is gonna be the best college fucking. This is gonna be the best college football season, like of all.
Yeah,
time.
because
like,
it's
gonna be like the sickest.
Four
shit
very
ever.
well, two super significant teams. I guess 3, but really 2. Oregon and USC are going to a conference with other huge significant teams, and 2 and that's really all it takes to like give you like 6 additional sick ass matchups, which in college football is like doubling the amount of sick ass matchups. Because there's quite for how sick the regular season of college football is. There's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of filler episodes. Let's just say
they play like Old Dominion.
Yeah, it's like the Dragon Ball Z of fucking sports.
Which is like, I think, you know what I would prefer. I mean it's tough because like those schools, the smaller schools, do benefit from it financially.
They do,
because like I think the alternative should just be not necessarily another hard game. It should just be like a bye week. Like just take a bye week.
Yeah.
Like just don't play anybody. If you need to rest, because you can't do Alabama, Georgia every week. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have that level of competition.
Of course you cannot.
With like 19-year-olds. Like you're gonna fucking.
Of course you can't. But
so you just take the week off because they basically do, but they play Old Dominion.
Right. Of course you can. But in the past, and I don't think this will be as much of a problem anymore, given the expanded conference schedules and like how the expanded playoffs, and now people can take a couple losses in the regular season. That's going to make it even better too. But in the past, it would be like, oh, the first four fucking weeks of the schedule, you can basically ignore because everyone's playing cupcakes, or it's like Northwestern versus Tennessee or something.
Yeah,
and that was like a huge problem. Anyways, I think that'll be less of a problem.
Here's what's interesting because like here are like the second best, like second tier teams in all of these like previous conferences.
Oh,
right?
like there's gonna be matchups.
Now you got like Utah versus Oklahoma State, right? which is like they're kind of like the same thing.
And it's
like
at
they're
least
mirrors of each other.
It's like a new matchup.
Like where they're like actually sick programs, but they maybe just don't have the brand recognition of
Arizona State's gonna play
like
all
a
the
USC or an OU, right? So like, but they're always pretty good.
Yeah,
especially Utah. Utah's pretty fucking. Arizona at Kansas State.
Arizona got pretty good. Wildcat, the Wildcats game. Wildcat v Wildcat.
Wait, what?
The Kansas State Wildcats and the Arizona Wildcats.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. Dude, because like I feel like Arizona, University of Arizona's branding doesn't really match their mascot.
No, it does not.
It's just really like it's like it doesn't look like
just an A. They don't really talk about it a whole lot. They don't really mention the fact that the Wildcats too often.
Yeah, like
whereas Kansas State has like a little cougar dude or whatever.
What's up with the ACC now that they have Stanford?
ACC is just still gonna be garbage, and now they'll just play a fucking West Coast game every now and then. I mean, ACC sucks, dude. It's basically on the level of. Well, it's on the level of the Pac-12, which is now gone. So that tells you where they're headed. We had the Big 12.
Let's look at some other interesting games. Oh, did we already say?
What?
Did we already say Texas and Michigan?
No. What? Is that what? What? Michigan's gonna play 2 of the playoff teams from last year. What?
Wow, that is insane. Wow, holy shit. September 7th, dude's coming up.
September 7th? That's the second week of the schedule. Holy shit. That makes sense, though. Out of conference. Man, Texas has a rough schedule, bro. Michigan, Oklahoma, obviously. Georgia right after Oklahoma, but no bye week.
Wow.
They play Florida. Oh, Texas A&M. Oh, they play Texas A&M now.
Who does?
Texas.
Oh, nice.
That rivalry is restored. Hell yeah. See,
nice.
college realignment isn't all bad.
It isn't all bad, folks.
That's cool. That's cool.
Dude, Georgia
I'm
at
pretty,
Texas
I'm pretty
is gonna be
pumped.
rock. Dude, we should. Wait, why don't I kind of want to go to that game?
But
Georgia at Texas. It'll be in Austin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, when is that?
That'll be fucking.
When is that?
October 19th.
That'd be pretty sick. I'd be down.
The last time they played each other, Texas beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that because Bevo, the Longhorns live mascot of a Texas Longhorn, attack. What did he attack? I think he attacked the Georgia Bulldog. Yeah, he rammed at this big ass fucking Longhorn rammed at this tiny little dog.
Dude,
they're just like,
this is. I'm so stoked. I can't wait. It's gonna be tight. I think. Wow.
I'm pretty pumped
excited.
that it's 12-team playoff because, I like the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and they were never in a million years going to make a 4-team playoff ever. Like with how the modern game works.
I feel like the 4-team, it just like it was like a good idea to get people used to it. I guess.
Yeah.
To kind of like it was like a natural progression of the BCS. It's basically just adding a semifinal to the BCS.
They also established the new committee and all that shit first for
that
4
committee's
people.
So stupid.
The committee's stupid. Basically,
I think they should just go back to the BCS. Now that there's 12, go back to the BCS computer. That's probably pretty cool. I don't know. We got some good games.
Why did they even switch it from 4?
We got some great games out of that. We got Oklahoma, Boise State.
But the problem with that is ESPN can't tell a computer where to rank people and to not put Florida State in the top 4.
Yeah, because nobody wants. Yeah, because Boise State isn't a big brand name.
Well, there's that, and then this past year, they basically Bernie Sandered the Florida State Seminoles. ESPN is the DNC, and they said actually Bernie Sanders, aka Florida State, we're gonna put in Alabama.
Alabama. Oh,
they put Bama in, so Bama is Hillary Clinton, Florida State is Bernie Sanders, and ESPN is the DNC. That's what basically happened.
Dude, Florida State, it was yeah, I mean, I think they should just let them in, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Just whatever.
Basically their quarterback got injured.
It's a big brand. You don't really lose.
Yeah, it's a big brand. They're still
Alabama,
know.
Didn't they get smoked anyway?
Alabama,
Michigan?
They got I think so. I don't know about smoked, but they definitely got beat pretty handedly by the end of that game. Florida State, we have no idea how good that team was without the quarterback because once they got fucked out of the playoffs, understandably, all of those players that had a future in the NFL, they just said, "Well, fuck this," and then Georgia proceeded to beat them 69-0 or whatever. I remember, dude, I was watching that game with my brother, and he just was like so pumped up that Georgia was like manhandling Florida State, and I was like, this is like when people stop playing online on Smash. Like, why you shouldn't be excited about the fact that you're up 63 or whatever.
I mean, but if you're a fan of the team, it's probably sick.
But he was too
It's
pumped
like,
up.
I mean, why? Who cares?
He's like, we set a record. I'm like, I guess.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, I guess
I
so.
think
I guess so. But like, and I like I fucking Georgia Bulldog socks on. I'm not hating. It's just
Georgia,
like,
Georgia, TCU in that championship game.
oh
like,
yeah, that was hilarious.
like the
You
funniest
can be pumped
fucking
up for
football
destroying
game
them.
I've ever seen.
What was
I
it,
predicted
60?
it too. I remember I predicted it
did.
before. I was like,
being by 60.
Georgia is going to win by 52 points. I
And
think
they
I was
won
off.
like, I
was
think they
like,
won
I
like
was off.
63 to 7. So it was like
Damn it,
56
yeah,
points.
Yeah.
God
I
damn.
knew it, dude. TCU, get the fuck out of here. Come on. So I feel like we should bring back the BCS computers because we got games like the 2012 Rose Bowl with Oregon and Wisconsin. That shit was pretty sick. As an
Yeah,
Oregon
that's
World. Remember DeAnthony Thomas? Did you watch college football then? When he
DeAnthony
played at
Thomas.
Oregon?
I was lightly aware of DeAnthony Thomas. Was he a running back?
Yeah, he was everything. He was a slot. He played slot. He was running back.
He's basically the Devo Samuels of.
He was like Tyreek
Oregon.
Hill of
Oh,
college.
okay.
But like no, but like even like
Who was the other Oregon guy?
Oh,
who
man.
who's the other Oregon guy?
woo,
LaMichael.
so Michael
something?
James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't he tear up his leg or something?
No, he played with the Niners and just kind of sucked.
I
And
thought he
then
tore it up at
and
Oregon.
then he fumbled a punt in the Super Bowl
really?
with the Niners. Yeah.
Oh god!
Fucking
Wait, was that Colin Kaepernick?
joke. Yeah, it was with the
Yeah,
it
when
was
the lights
Cap.
went out and Ray Lewis.
That's right.
Everyone was like, "Where is Ray Lewis? Someone find Ray Lewis."
That was terrible.
I'm sorry to bring up such a sore subject. Oh, what was the other thing? Is it too early to talk about the Olympics?
No, I mean I'm fucking stoked. I'm stoked to see the basketball team, the men's
Guys,
basketball
this is
team.
the real like everyone was waiting for. At least I don't know about you guys, but I was waiting for like that day where the whole world was gonna party because COVID was over. I had this like weird mystical day where it was gonna be like the COVID's over day, right? And it just like
What are you talking about?
like when COVID was going on, right?
There's an end of COVID day.
No, there wasn't. But in my mind, in everyone's mind, it's like, man, this lockdown sucks. But once it's over, we're all gonna party, right?
Right. Yeah.
And in your mind, it's like this one time. But that's obviously not how real life works. It just slowly progressed to like, okay, I guess we're just doing stuff like normal again. And anyways, this will be the first real Summer Olympics since COVID. And this is to me, this is like, it's over. We're fucking doing the Olympics, like full on, full crowds. Everything's going on.
Oh yeah, this would be the first like
This
real
is like
Olympics,
my
the
post-COVID
first-
like shit's over party.
Yeah, and I really wanted to go, but then somebody reminded me that they're going
Where's
to be in LA in 2028.
Oh, true.
so-
Yeah.
and
Where's it
hopefully
at
we're
again?
Still alive by then, huh?
Is it Paris?
It's in Paris.
Oh,
this year,
okay, yeah.
Which sounds like
Hopefully we're alive by then.
which sounds like a pain in the ass to go to, honestly.
Paris? Oh, absolutely,
For the
dude.
World
Imagine
Cup.
fucking.
Fuck that. That'd
holy
be so
shit.
expensive and crowded.
Yeah. I'm definitely
Yeah.
definitely going in 2028, dude.
2028 is gonna
Absolutely.
be sick, and then we got the World Cup in 2026, which is gonna be
shit's
rad.
popping off in America.
So I'm also gonna be keen to watch the men's soccer team in the Olympics.
which is apparently going,
they're terrible.
supposed to be good.
They're terrible.
but they're supposed to be good.
They didn't make it out of the group stage in Copa America.
Oh,
They
really?
suck.
Damn.
They're just underachieving to an insane degree. Like it's crazy.
Wait, what was
So
that?
it turns
Oh,
out that
yeah.
their current coach is a coach that they previously fired and then rehired. And the coach who they passed on to rehire the coach that they fired is now the coach of Team Canada. And Team Canada
He's like
is
sick?
in the semifinal of Copa America. Their first appearance. It's the first
What?
time.
in Copa?
Yes.
Oh, in the semifinals.
It's no, that's the first time they've ever been in
So you
this
have to make the
tournament.
Copa?
It's the first time they've ever been in the tournament.
You have to make it.
I think they
There's
have
like a
to
group stage
qualify.
to
And I
make
think
the
you have to
tournament,
to
yeah.
decide if you want
God
to. Yeah.
damn.
And like
How big is the tournament? How many teams? 16?
I think no, I think it's I think so.
So they've
actually.
won 2
I
tournament
think so.
games.
Yeah, it's quite a
Damn.
bit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because once
So
you get to
they
World
won like
Cup
2
stage,
knockout.
like,
Yeah, they won the knockout in the quarterfinal. So then like the round
Fuck.
of 16, the quarterfinal. Well,
Well,
maybe it's more than 16.
I mean, do we really deserve it though? I mean,
yeah, no, this is considered the golden generation of U.S.
no, I
men's
agree,
soccer.
but like it's like if someone told you like, hey man, this is a golden generation of French basketball, we'd be like, all right, well, we're still gonna fucking dick on them, so whatever.
Well, the thing is, like, you should at least be competitive.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Like with the resources that are here that they put into this
I feel
shit,
like, well, that's true. We're a
the amount of
giant country.
our population, it's like there's not really an excuse to like not make it out of the group stages.
Yeah,
dude, and just,
that's
like,
true. Given like all the financial and just like structural advantages they have, they should be doing better. I do remember us doing all right in like the 2014 World Cup.
That was when what was the name of that goalie? Tim Howard.
Yeah, that was his last year, I think.
That was when he like had that a sick ass game. Like that
Yeah.
was like
We made it
badass.
out of our group stage, which I think what they called it the stage of death at the
yeah.
time.
Oh, the group
the
of
death
death
stage.
The group of death.
Group of death, which was,
Yeah.
and then we didn't. I don't think we won a tournament game, but we did play someone really good.
That was pretty
First game,
badass.
so,
Yeah.
I
It
remember
was
watching
sick.
that shit. That was sick as fuck. And then I remember being disappointed, and because that was the first World Cup I watched. Really, intently.
I love like world soccer. I realize that I don't give a shit about the Premier League because I don't want to fucking wake up at 3 a.m. to watch a sporting
Well,
event
also, do you really want to watch a sport where like
under any circumstances.
you know what team's gonna win?
What do you mean? Oh, is the Premier League like that?
That's like the German league, I think. Like the German league, that like BVB team wins like literally every single year.
Oh,
That's like
yeah.
some of those like Euro leagues. It's just like, why do you guys even play?
The Premier League's cool, but yeah, and they also play like apparently like it's a different style of soccer compared to some of like the South American teams. They're like it's like very fast and about power and speed.
And what
shit.
is that? What is like the South American teams about?
Just like passing and like finesse and touch and stuff. Just more
Okay,
like,
so it's
like
less-
good dribbling and shit and just like movement. Yeah.
So it's less like speed and more like fluidity and like agility.
Yeah, and like creativity and stuff.
That's cool.
And just like
That's pretty sick to like know that, to like see like, because I'm assuming like Germany must be like this Euro style. So that Germany Brazil game, I mean, that wasn't very close, like, tournament final, but that must have been like a cool
wait, which one?
28.
Are you talking about
2014 maybe?
2018 when they lost 7-1?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
I see-
I like actually recently learned about like what happened in that game.
What happened?
Well, number one, Neymar was injured the game before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and offensively, like,
Wait, so Germany won the game,
huh?
or who won?
Germany won 7-1.
Oh, and this was in Brazil, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Damn, that's.
I remember watching that shit live. It was crazy. The Germany was up like 4-0 in like 20 minutes. It was like insane.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah. And
Damn.
so
soccer's-
Neymar wasn't playing, and Neymar was like their best player offensively to the
Yeah.
extent where they like relied on him so much that they were just in disarray without him, like completely
Yeah.
lost. And basically, he had a counterpart on defense who was also not playing,
Fuck.
and
Damn, I
they were
didn't know any of
similarly
this.
out of sorts. So they just got fucked on, like
Damn,
just
I didn't know
totally
any of that. That
completely exposed.
That
Like, it was
sucks. So did people
crazy.
pretty much know that was gonna happen before the game?
Nah.
Did
I
they
don't think
kind
you
of?
wanna-
Did they like blissfully like ignore?
It's just unacceptable because like you shouldn't have your team built that way.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Like,
true.
It's just unacceptable.
But
That's crazy.
That's cool. It's pretty like.
Hmm?
I don't know. Whenever, even during the World Cup, if I would like watch football, my parents would like come down and be like, "What are you doing?" So like to like watch football, soccer in Nebraska, it'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, soccer was heavily stigmatized in my family too. 'Cause
Okay.
we're a football family. We all played football, so we just thought it was like
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we didn't because like I don't know, it's pretty fucking tight.
Yeah, it's a
like, now
tight
I'm
ass
like
thing.
really into it. As
It
an
doesn't.
adult.
It only has. There's no stoppage. So that's why you see. Yeah, they have a bunch of ads and shit on their jerseys. But guess what? You don't have commercials except for at halftime.
Yeah,
That's
It's
amazing.
pretty fucking
Especially
sweet
compared
to
to
watch.
like
That's
watching
true.
NBA or NFL
It's
or
very swift.
fucking
It's very
God forbid
swift.
college
Yeah,
football.
It's very swift. I really like it. I
God
really
damn,
enjoy
it's
it.
a very nice, enjoyable.
It's very refreshing.
It's like 2 hours total,
Yeah.
easily.
I watched like almost the entire Women's World Cup.
Did
This
we
past
win
year.
it?
Huh?
We won it, right? USA won it.
No,
No?
hell no.
Well, we're not
No.
getting anymore.
I think it was Spain who won.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, the women are falling off. This was when like
Megan
dude,
Rapinoe.
this was like Megan Rapinoe like missed a penalty kick,
Ooh.
like
Is
sailed it
Rapinoe like the
in like
color,
a clutch
the
situation.
girl who colors her hair?
She's the one that like everyone hates for some reason. Yeah.
Well, I think it's because she's just like really like she's really aggressive, I guess, with like her like whole like you guys don't respect us and all this shit.
So,
But like in my opinion,
like,
over,
you can just ignore that.
No,
like,
for sure.
I don't know. Be an adult, dude. Be like okay, that's fine. Anyway, you're pretty good at soccer. Like good shit.
Yeah, but people a big part
know.
of sports is personality.
It's
and
like
she
why
has
I don't think
personality.
why am I taking how much the women's national team gets paid so personally? Yeah, I get paid more. You guys actually win a lot. Go ahead. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like,
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Let's not. Yeah, we're not gonna get into like who
they're like
deserves to
kicking
be paid
everyone's
more,
ass. So
but,
it's just like, what's the big deal?
But yeah, and what was the other? Also, there was the other chick on there. What was her name? Megan something.
Dude,
Or the hot chick.
Alex Morgan.
Yeah, so Alex Morgan.
She's a wacko.
She's a wacko, but kind of a looker. So I feel like she like people like gravitated to her.
She abused. She assaulted her nephew once.
Oh really?
Yeah, she's like a.
I thought.
She's like
a
violent.
Is she?
She got caught with a DUI.
Oh really?
Yeah, with their baby in the car. She was sleeping.
Holy fuck! I also think she might have had domestic violence. Like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
she she's like a
she's crazy. So like I think
person.
I'd rather have someone who's like I want to be paid more versus someone like hitting their fucking husband and or wife. I don't know what she is.
Yeah, I mean like I think what the worst thing I saw Megan Rapinoe do, which was pretty tasteless, is when like they were like destroying Vietnam or something. I think in their game, and she was just like celebrating when after like the fifth, they were up like 5-0.
It was, dude. I think they were up like 9-0.
It's like you're like humiliating.
Yeah,
them. Like that's not cool.
Yeah, it was like in the 17th minute.
Because as a counterpoint, like the Germany Brazil game, like they're almost like the 5th, 6th, 7th points were almost scored like apologetically.
Oh, like they didn't really
just
want
like
to.
fuck.
Or they score, they're like, damn.
It's like, I don't want it. I'm a fucking professional. Like fuck this as well.
Yeah. The way Megan Rapinoe like fucked on Vietnam or whatever country that was.
But like
that's pretty rough. It's kind of like playing like your nephew in FIFA.
I honestly think the worst thing she did was miss that penalty.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just like,
for sure.
Because some people thought she shouldn't even have been on the fucking team.
Damn.
So, which is fair because like if you're declining in like your play,
you're declining.
You probably shouldn't be on the team.
And then like,
but they brought her. They kept her on the team because of her. I mean, maybe because she's pretty. I mean, she's pretty marketable, and you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's people. She's a known commodity.
Yeah, so it's like cool, but then like, and then don't have her kick a penalty in a clutch situation.
Wait, so what happened in the penalty?
I think they're playing.
Where'd the ball go?
Huh?
Where'd the ball go?
She just sailed it. Like
it went over.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, just like completely missed.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Did they just guess on those, right? They literally just guess.
But like, there's some people who are really like Ronaldo actually in this Copa America run.
Did he ever miss one?
He did actually. He did.
But just one, maybe.
Yeah, but the one that he missed was like a big deal. It was against that fool fucking missed a penalty in one of the earlier games, and it was a huge deal. Yeah, but then like I saw him make one where he'll pause and then pause a little bit again.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just like the way
they do a really good job of like faking him out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's similar in like hockey. The hockey ones are very impressive to me. Like hockey shootouts. Did you see that video of Ronaldo like fucking so? I don't know if his contract there is over, but he took one of those like Saudi $1 billion contracts.
Yeah.
And there's a video of him, like, it was just like a compilation of him being like pissed off at how like they play him in that league. Yeah, I guess they're really aggressive with him and stuff. Because all the other players are, I'm sure, have like a chip on their shoulder, right? It's like, oh, they're giving you all this fucking money and we probably get paid peanuts. Yeah. So like there's this video of him just launching the ball into the other team's bench.
And the level of competition is just like lower. I think that's why he kind of sucked. So yeah, and like with Portugal and Copa America, he's basically like been holding the team back. Like he's a huge he's like 39, bro. He's like old now on the decline. And especially in football. He's playing at like what was considered like a less competitive league.
Yeah. So like you're not gonna
his club,
you're as good as those around you.
Exactly. So you kind of just like you're kind of like, you know, loose around the hinges.
You're like, hey, I can do this.
You're not
it's like, no, you can't. You can do that against people in the Saudi league.
Yeah. So then fucking.
But not in Copa whatever.
Copa America, baby. Dude, Euro Cup is popping off too right now. Man, it's a good time to be into soccer.
Man,
Honestly.
remember when I didn't know what Copa meant and Nathan just pounced on me?
Yeah, this is why I renewed my YouTube TV is just to watch like soccer.
Okay, so you're gonna keep that?
Hmm?
You're gonna keep YouTube TV?
Yeah, because I want to keep watching soccer.
Okay.
So then the semifinal now is gonna be Spain against France. Kylian Mbappe with
Mbappe.
his little mask.
Mbappe. Wait, the mask?
Yeah, because he fucked up his nose.
Oh damn.
And Netherlands against England. Damn.
Probably England will win that.
What? I don't know, man.
I'm just guessing based on like
England typically
power of the country.
underperforms in world soccer recently has been underperforming.
But they did make it to the final recently of I think the Euro Cup or some shit, and then they lost it. But they did make it to the final.
Of what?
It's like the Euro Cup or something.
The Euro Cup's happening now.
Well, the one like a year ago. Then I think they made it to the final, and it was like, oh, they haven't won it since like X amount of years, and then they lost in the final, so everyone was clowning on them.
Damn. Looks like they're fucking storming back.
Wait, are they playing right now?
No.
Oh, in terms of just like
general relevancy. Yeah.
But you know what I'm really excited about? Yeah, Olympics are coming up. Yeah, football is happening. Little League World Series. I can't fucking wait for that shit.
When is that?
July 27th. It starts, and yeah, I just can't wait to see a bunch of kids that kind of look like they're in high school, but apparently they're not.
Wait, is it the same countries that participate every year?
Well, you mean the 50 states and like 5 countries?
It's only 5 countries.
I don't know. Well, it's obviously like America, and like we have 50 teams, which
That's
is
so annoying.
feels like cheating.
That's so stupid.
And
They should
then-
just make it regional at this
Yeah,
point.
let's
Just make it regional and invite more countries. Come on.
Look at the
Come on,
teams.
guys. This isn't the World Series. Like, come on.
Dude, isn't it funny how like we're always every single sport we play, we're the world
The
champs.
Copa America semifinal is going to be, dude, Canada's playing Argentina. Imagine if Canada beats Argentina with the coach that the United States could have had. Oh my
if
God,
they do,
bro.
that would be crazy. They won't though, right?
I mean, who knows, man?
Oh wait, okay. So I think they do it regionally.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. The
But-
Caribbean,
But the United
Mexico.
States still has way more region. The U.S. has.
Asia Pacific,
The US
and
has half of the
Canada.
regions.
Is this like a new format?
I don't.
Interesting.
Maybe, but I think what was happening before. I think it actually starts sooner than July 27th, at least in my eyes, because all the states have to play each other and shit. I'm gonna watch kids play baseball this summer.
Oh, okay. It starts in July.
Starts in July,
we'll be
goes to
following it.
August.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah,
I don't know. It
gonna-
feels weird. I don't know if like I want to like analyze kids.
Yeah, it does feel kind of weird. Maybe let's not do that.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, this is our new side podcast, so we'll be back to our regularly scheduled Your Pretend Friends.
We're going
with
back to
Nathan
the normal stuff. We'll be
next
back
week.
with this
And
probably in the fall sometime.
Yeah, this will be
Pretend Sports starts in the fall. This is our pilot.
It's gonna start in 2 weeks when the Olympics start, right?
No.
No, we're gonna wait till football.
All right, we'll see.
All right. Anyways, goodbye. Sick, dude.
Like, how are we gonna do the Olympics?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting to talk about like the medal count. No, there's always like storylines about like, oh, this like new gymnastic chick like fucking was sick or something.
Team USA, like the relay blew it or something.